All right, once again, good evening to our listener across the world at this time. And it's a sincere hope and trust that this time we spend here will be useful and will be productive. So, once again, welcome to the maiden edition of Zion Stones Hub as we have this conversation. And of course, during the registration, we can see that the conversation is about the mindset of a leader. The mindset of a leader. And why is this important? It's important because we are all leader in one capacity or the other. Although in a part of the world, some are recognized more than the other. But whatever it is, you are a leader in your various capacity. And that's why we're talking about the subject of leadership today. And I will start this way. I will set the mindset of a leader. The first question will be, who is a leader? A leader is somebody that takes another person or group of people from one point to the other. Mark my word. I said take. I didn't say block. I didn't say drag. I didn't say distort. But is interested taking them from one point to the other where they ought to be. A leader is someone that influences the next person, that inspire them, either by lifestyle, either by giving examples, stories, illustration. It leads them to be better of their own self. That's a leader. And so, let me talk about certain characteristics of a leader before I go to the mindset of a leader. If you can lay your hands upon this book, it will help. The title of that book is Leaders Don't Command. Leaders Don't Command. That's the title of the leader of the book. But it said that leader inspire growth, ingenuity, and collaboration among the followers. And he did not even see them as a follower, he see them as a team member. A leader see others as a team member, not as a follower, not as a rejected people. No, he sees them as a team member that they can achieve things together. Let's quickly look at certain characteristics that is required to see in a leader that we are considering today is mindset. Number one, leadership. Okay, leadership, number one, is not about control, but leadership is about encouraging others, enabling others, and empower others to succeed. That's what a leader does. It's not about controlling others. It's not about giving instructions to others. A leader encourages. A leader enables others. It provides enabling environment. It provides enabling conditions for others to thrive and to achieve their goals in life. Two, a leader. A leader is all about sharing responsibility, not one person show. A leader is not about a show. A leader is not one man show. A leader is about sharing responsibility. And like I do said over time, if you see a leader, even in the spiritual world, which you are more familiar with, a pastor preaching on the pulpit is not greater than an usher that is standing or a security man that is standing. The only difference is the roles that they are playing. They are all team player, because if an usher would not do his work, a security would not do his work, then who would the pastor preach to? And so we must be able to see, begins to see, or even the secular world, you see MD and the security man. A security man will have to do his job. If he's not doing his job, there's no way an MD will function properly. And that's why it's important that leadership is about shared responsibility, not one man show. Number one man show. leaders about sharing responsibility. What did he do? He helps others to achieve the shared goals, facilitate collaboration, break down silos, things that make conversation very difficult. A leader will break it down and will foster a sense of shared purpose. That's what a leader does. The next thing, a leader is not about title or position, but a leader is about his behavior, it's about his action. It's not about the title, it's not about what we carry or position that we occupy. No, but it's about your actions, your behavior, because people see your action more before you even talk. Even after talking, they can still see your action. And we said action speaks louder than voice. So people want to know how much you care, not how much you speak, before they accept to follow you. So as a leader, your behavior, your actions should be the one that inspire and motivate others, not about the position you occupy or the title that you carry. The next one, leader is not about commanding others, but about inspiring others. When it's not about commanding, it's not about giving instruction, it's not about backing others. That's not leadership. Leadership is about inspiring others. Leadership is bringing the best out of others. Leadership is telling the truth, showing empathy, helping people around you to navigate their path. Because you've gone through that path before, you become their mentor. Show them the way to go. Okay, that's who a leader should be, not just giving order, not relying on authority, not relying on giving instruction to get things done, but they earn respect of their follower. Because actually, you earn respect, you don't deserve a respect. You earn it by your behavior, you earn it by your act. You don't deserve a respect, but you earn a respect. So it's important. It's important. And as a leader, equally too, leaders are willing to admit their mistakes. They're not proving that everything is perfect about them. They are open to feedback. They're open to feedback. And they admit their mistakes and demonstrate the ability to bear with others. They demonstrate authenticity, because authentic leader build trust and strength relationship of the team members. They don't call them followers, but they call them members of their team. A leader is not about micromanaging, but empowering others. And what I mean by micromanaging is that we see some leaders today, they are the MD of a company, they are equally the finance manager, they are the operation manager, they are the security manager. You see them in everywhere. They want to know what is going on. They never trust their team members. They never trust their team members. They don't allow them even to think or to reason. Micromanaging is bad, because micromanaging will not allow growth in your system. It will stifle creativity. You've given people tasks, you've given them assignment. Allow them to go about it. If they have any issues, provide guidance for them. Provide guidance for them and help them to see how to do the work better. Not that you must always give instruction on every detail. No. You've given them the role, empower them, allow them to go about it. Effective leaders trust others members to do their job and to make their decision. Don't go into their room. Don't go into their space. Allow them to make their decision. Allow them to do their job. Don't micromanage anything. Whatever they've done, if there is need for guidance, we'll give them guidance. If there's need for improvement, then we all discuss together without bragging or without giving that they don't know what they're doing. Right? The next one, a leader is not about taking credit, but giving it away. Leaders don't take credit. Yes, we are the one. No, it's a joint effort. We call something team, TEAM. It said together everyone achieve more. When we're together, we achieve more. Not that yes, we are the boss. What do you expect? No, that's not leader. They give away praise. They give away celebration. Because even as a leader, you give away power. You delegate power. situation around us today that if I'm not there, things will not work. It's a bad leadership mentality. And you should not even be happy with yourself that once you are not there, things will not work. No, develop your people. And even when you are around, take a back seat sometimes. Allow them to do their things. If they make mistake, let them make mistake. It's not a crime. The only crime is not doing anything. They create a culture of appreciation for others for everything everybody has done. For this Google Meet today, some people have done a great deal of job at the back end, like Brother Joseph, Brother Webb, Theophilus. All of these guys have ensured that we have this space today, and kudos to them. Kudos to them. We appreciate them for the good work they've done on their own. Nobody chasing them around. They know what to do, and they've done it, and we are here today. And we give kudos to them. They are the kind of leaders we want to have. Leadership is not about winning at all costs, but working together.
You can't say anything. I don't know what's going on. We apologize for the break in transmission. I think they're trying to deal with internet and connection issues. Please bear with us.
Apology. Saying there was leadership is not winning, it's not about winning at all costs. No, but winning together. And that's why we said team. Together, everyone achieve more. This foster the spirit of cooperation, the spirit of collaboration, and the spirit of mutual support in a group that won't be backbiting or gossiping. No, we are all working together, running and working to achieve one common goal. Leadership is not about destination, but a journey of continuous learning and growth. That's leadership. It's a journey of continuous learning and growth. We call something you learn, you unlearn, and you relearn. Then when you relearn, you adapt. And of course, every leader is a reader. Tell me a leader today that you see that is not a reader. And every reader today are potential leaders tomorrow. And that's why we must do all that is required to be a leader that is also a reader. Okay. Okay, thank you for Paul. Paul is saying that the speaker is not audible. All right, we'll look at that and we'll do something around it. We can see a leader will not micromanage, it's not winning at all costs, as much as possible to ensure that everybody see what to achieve and we achieve all that we do together. Okay. So please, if I'm not audible, please, others, let's know. Okay. Okay, so I'm sure we can see my slide. I haven't talked about who a leader and what a leader represents. What mindset should be the mindset of a leader? Should be the mindset of a leader from what we've said. And I hope we're getting ready for the interactive section. Should get set. We'll soon get there. Let's get set. We'll soon be there. You raise up your hand. Okay, I can see the presentation. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay. All right. So the mindset of a leader in 2024. And when we said the mindset of a future leader is likely to be shaped by a combination of traditional leadership principles and an evolving understanding of the dynamic and complex global landscape. This is where we come from. That was said, we are a product of our history, where we've been, of our environment. And it's important, if you want to do something different, you must look at what's sustainable in your environment and see those things that you wanted to change in our traditional leadership principle. And of course, in Africa, we have what we call hierarchical leadership that has to do with monarch, having a king. And when you have a king in the typical southwest setting, the king owns everything. Even your wife, if you are married, it can be passing and say that you place a leg on your wife and sees it. Then when you look at the way we speak, we said Okoba, the farm of the king, right? We talk about Ojaoba, the market of the king. And of course, for the farm of the king, people are expected to go there and work for the king. He doesn't do anything. Then when they finish, when they're done working and they harvest, they bring the product to his market. Then we said Ijoko Oba, the one we call Ijoba today, the one that provide all those things. And then if you're going to be a leader, coming from the one who said, leadership is not about oppressing people. Leadership is not about backing out instruction. Leadership is not about shouting or pressing others like we have today in the political space. That all they do is, leadership is not selfish. It's not selfish. Because leadership is not all about you, it's about the other. So what kind of a leader are you, and what kind of mindset do you have? A leader's mindset plays a pivotal role in shaping their behavior, their actions, their decision, their disposition, and their overall effectiveness and efficiency in the Navy. Because these are the things that make the makeup of their behavior, the actions, the decisions that they take will determine how far they will go as a leader. And as a young leader, it's pretty important that you have this mindset, a positive mindset, a progressive mindset, a growth mindset, a program mindset. Because I won't deceive you with the kind of environment that we have. If you don't work on your perception and predisposition, even if you don't like the type of leader that we have today, but you end up like them. And that's why some people will promise heaven and earth. Once they get into the politics, what happens to them? They become like one of them because they did not work on themselves initially. And that's why this evening we'll be looking at two aspects of a positive and a negative mindset that a leader may exhibit. So watch out for this. And don't fix your attention on somebody. No, even look at yourself in the little space, maybe in the school that you are. Maybe you are the class rep, or in the department you're doing something, or the school fellowship you're doing something. What type of leader are you? Even in your family. Number one, the positive mindset of a leader. One, optimism is the hallmark of a positive leader. He maintains an optimistic outlook. Even in a challenging situation, has a dying spirit, is not going to give up. They inspire and motivate their team members by focusing on solution and opportunity rather than dwelling on the problems and challenges. They're not looking at a problem and challenge. Once there's a problem and challenges before them, they are looking for solution. They're looking for opportunity. They're looking for what can be done, what can be achieved. So the narration is not around the problem, but they're looking at what solution do we provide? What solution do we provide? A leader is resilient. A resilient leader bounces back from setbacks. He bounces back from setbacks. He views failure as learning opportunity. In fact, there is an aspect of leadership that maybe we'll discuss in the next future if God permits, that we'll call failing successful leader, because there's no leader that have not failed before. There's no leader that has not failed before. But this is what Barack Obama said. He said, don't let your failure define you, but let your failure teach you. That's what he said. Remember this guy in year 2000, he contested in Illinois for the post of House of Representative, and he failed woefully. But 8 years later, he became the president of the United States of America. So he said, don't allow your failure to define you, but let it teach you so that you learn from it and move on. Views failure as a learning opportunity. Learn from it. Learn from it. Thomas Edison tried 5,000, another 5,000 before he was able to make incandescent bulb. And one of the workers with him in the lab was saying that we'll fail all this. And I said, no, that we did not fail for that 9,000 times, but we only learned 9,099 times a best way of making this bulb. And that's the bulb we enjoy today across the world. So as a leader, you feel failure as a learning opportunity. What I'm supposed to do that we didn't do. And encourage your team to persevere, even though in the face of difficulty. And as a Christian, Paul did a lot in this space. Encourage people. After they've been on the water for 28 days, I told them that God that I stand by me yesterday. And he said that no life will be lost on this voyage, on the way to Rome. And eventually they make it there. So a leader must be resilient. You don't raise up your hand and begin to cry with the others. No. You must be resilient as a leader. Keep pushing until you get result. A positive mindset leader involves empowering the team. Talk about empowering, encouraging. Allow them to make the decision. If they make mistake, let's sit down and look at it and say, okay, let's review the process. Don't blame them. Don't insult them. Don't use your members. Don't treat them like rat. No. Encourage them to take ownership of their work. Tell them, this is your department. Whatever you produce in this department, the onus is on you. You give them responsibility. A technical manager knows what to do. An operation manager knows what to do. A financial manager knows what to do. Everybody working together towards the common goal. Not that we're micromanaging them. No, you empower them. And this leads to increase in motivation and creativity, because whatever they're doing, the responsibility, adaptability. A leader with mindset adapt. When you unlearn, you relearn, and even learn more, then you adapt. They embrace changes. You are not saying, no, this is not the way they used to do it. This is not the way we've been doing it. And this is your only argument. Allow change. Change has come to stay. I'm speaking to you now via change. This would not have been possible in some years back. But change has come to stay. See changes as a chance for growth and proactively seek opportunity for improvement. Of course, collaboration. A positive leader foster collaboration, foster inclusivity, foster a culture of appreciation. They recognize and they leverage on the strength of each team member. Remember, I told you about team, that together everyone achieve more. We achieve together, promoting a sense of unity, promoting a sense of responsibility, promoting a sense of ownership, promoting a sense of togetherness, and we share success together. It's important. Continuous learning. Continuous learning. One man said, the day you stop learning, that's the day you start dying. If there's going to be any improvement in our world and in our time, whether private or public, any improvement that divorce of continuous learning, then go and check it. It's not replicable and it's not going to be a lasting success. And that's why some people started their business and they die with the business, because they cannot state the process of getting it done. We see some of our leaders today in the public space, even the speech they'll come and read to you will help them to write it. And when they are reading, they make mistakes. So a leader for tomorrow will be a leader today. There's nothing we have to do against knowledge continuously. And that's why you see in a very big organization, fast-moving organization, you see that they place premium on training and retraining. There's some training that happens locally, some trainings happens internationally. They ensure that they are training, they are sharpening them so that they can get a better result from there. So also a positive leader will stay curious, will seek feedback, and actively pursue opportunity for personal and professional growth. Before I round up, negative mindset of leader, what do we see? Pessimism. They don't believe in anything. They cover their face. They don't believe it can work. If it did not work yesterday, it cannot work today. That's not what we're called to do. You must create an opportunity for your members to look at a problem as an opportunity to begin more intelligently. They create such leader create a inspire. It's important. If you are not inspired, you will expire. And if you are not current, you'll be obsolete. People will have nothing to do with you. So such a leader resists change. They view it as a threat to them. They view it as an opportunity that somebody will take up their job. This resistance can hinder organization adaptability and growth. Of course, resistance against change is also a pathway to no growth, a resistance to growth. So it's important. Don't resist change. If you don't understand it, take time to sit down, ask questions for people that understand it, and learn. Even if it may be your security man, learn from such a person. Learn from such a person. We learned the MD of IBM computers that one of the staff made a mistake that cost him $600. And he summoned the man to his office and he asked, "Do you know why I called you?" The man said, "I know you want to fire me." He said, "No, I won't fire you. If I fire you now, you've learned 6,000 ways of doing this thing. You'll be a benefit to other companies. So I won't, if I fire you and I bring in somebody and such a person makes similar mistake and the mistake continue to affect the company. So I'm not going to fire you, but I'm going to reinstate you and ensure that you don't make that mistake again." We've talked about micromanagement as well. When the leader wanted to be everywhere, they manifest this everywhere in whatever they do, reflecting their lack of trust in their team member, and this can lead to decreased morale and hinder employability improvement. The blame culture. Who is at fault? Who is to be blamed? Yes, this has happened. Instead of us to sit down and look at it that, okay, what should we do? That in every failure is opportunity to learn better. It's opportunity to do well. They're not doing that, they're pointing fingers. They're creating a toxic environment. This should not be, because this erodes trust and collaboration within the team, and everybody plan for anyone to fail. And when all this eventually happen, the company eventually fail. Of course, we talk about lack of vision. There's no vision. The leader that does not have some vision cannot explain vision or inspire others on vision. They are close to feedback. They don't want feedback. Their mindset is close to constructive feedback or constructive criticism. Once you criticize them, they will fire you. Once you criticize them, the next promotion you will not get. This hinders personal growth and can result in missed opportunity in life. So it is important to know that leaders may exhibit combination of both, that positive and negative traits, and this characteristic can evolve over time. Effective leaders often strive to cultivate a positive mindset while addressing issues and mitigating against negative tendency to create a healthy and productive work environment. I hope we'll understand, and I come to the end of my presentation in this particular episode. So we'll call it a creative interactive section. I want to listen to a question. I've been talking over a few minutes ago. So we want to hear from us. Questions. And we're ready now. Let's ask questions. And what we've explained applicable to both secular and spiritual, applicable to both where we work and where we worship. So let's have our question, please. Either we're typing at the chat room, or we want to put on a mic and ask questions. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hello, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, brother.
everyone.
Brother Paul. Good evening, Brock. How are you?
Yeah, very fine, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening, everyone, for joining. Thank you all, guys. I really hope you guys are learning very well. So I have some questions here from a lot of people actually. So I think while others are gathering
Okay,
their thoughts, I would just like to throw some of this out there. So that if I ask,
please.
then it might actually bring up questions from other people's minds. So while we are waiting for others to bring up their question, I would just like to ask, okay, so far you
Okay.
have been talking to us about the mindset a leader has and okay, how you behave when you're in a leadership position. And my question is that okay, what of people who are actually aspiring to be leaders, to be leaders in wheresoever they find themselves. So what are the, like for example now, how can someone who has never been in a leadership position, how can they start developing their leadership skills? And also how can such persons identify their strength and their weaknesses for leadership?
Uh,
Thank you very
we
much.
lost you. We lost you for a few seconds. Can you come with your question once again, just quickly?
Oh
Your
really?
question.
Okay.
Yes.
I said, how can someone who has never been in a leadership position or have never had any experience in leadership start developing their leadership skills? And also, such a person, how can they identify their strengths and weaknesses as it pertains to leadership, personal leadership? I don't know if you get it, sir.
I'll suggest you probably type so
Beautiful.
you can see.
That's yes,
Okay,
I
okay,
do.
maybe I'll do that.
Perfectly, I do.
Did you get
Yes.
the question, sir?
Well, if you say somebody that I've known,
Okay.
okay, okay, bro, you can still drop it. While I'm taking that. Okay.
All right, sir.
Yes, I do. So I will approach it this way. Every one of us were a leader. We're a leader. Even in your family, you may be the first born. You're a leader. Or you are the last born. You're a leader. Whatever it is, you're a leader. So it's uh, it's important to look at it. It could even be when you are in school, you have some friends around you that you influence because leadership is not about position. Leadership is all about being ahead of them. But do you have friends that they stick with you over they see the way All right. All right. Can we hear me? All right. So, like I said, in leadership, we don't seek for perfection in leadership. There's a wonderful. Okay. Can you hear me? Is it better now?
Yes, it's better now.
Come again. Is it better?
Yes.
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. So this is what it means. What we do, of course, we identify weakness, area of weakness. We identify area of strength. And what we simply do is you work on your area of weakness and leverage on your area of strength. And by so doing, and that's why we said it's important for leaders to continuously give in to learning. Even look at Paul in 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 15. It says, study to show thyself approved unto God. A man or a leader that needed not to be ashamed, but rightly dividing the word of truth. So it's important that we study wide and study across different demography of people so that it's easier for us to communicate with them per time. So we work, and as a leader, you are expected to, number one, identify, you carry SWOT analysis on yourself. And when I say SWOT analysis, I mean strength, weakness, opportunity that you could have around you. We'll carry it out from time to time. There's something we call psychometry test. There's something we call a personality test. We do all this to look at our area of strength and area of weakness so that we can leverage on area of strength and work more on area of weakness. There's another one we call a temperament analysis. Each and every one of us, although we were told that we have about 280 temperament, but when we look at it categorically, we have about 4 of them that we're born with. So we need to know identify our temperament. Some are extroverted, some are introverted. So we tend to see how to work around this situation. If you are extroverted, like you are sanguine and you're choleric, they have their point. If somebody is sanguine, anywhere I get to, you know that a sanguine is there. They're the life wire of every conversation. When they get to any place, people know them. They can talk. They have oratory grace. They make friends very easily, and everybody loves to hang out with them. But part of their weaknesses is when you look at a typical sanguine doesn't keep to time. If you had a meeting for 1, be sure it may be there by 2 or 3. And it doesn't mean any harm. It's just we eat for such they can eat without control. So if I said he's fasting today, and before he knows, he's drinking yogurt already, has forgotten. Then they make friends easily. They equally lose friends easily. When you are their best friend, once they step out of your room, they've forgotten about the making another. So if you're sanguine, you need to work on time. You need to work on how to keep friends. Choleric is equally extroverted. Okay, is equally extroverted. So if you have any further question while I'm handling this, please drop your question in the chat room. It's important. Choleric, they are born leader, they're natural leader. When they get to everywhere, they want places to be organized. They are organizational guru. They deal with structure of a place. So when they get somewhere and the place is organized, you see them aggressive, you see them agitated. Okay, and they tend to achieve their goals. They achieve their goals. Even they need to step on the heads of people, they will do that to achieve their goals. because they are goal oriented. So for such, if you have that, you need to now learn on how to manage people, on how to manage ideas, on how to be emotional, be vulnerable with people. So those are the things. And if you're introverted too, like we have a phlegmatic and choleric, you can read up on some of all these things. So identify where you fall into. They are equally spiritual gift. There are tests for spiritual gift, church growth gift. They're available online, about 108 questions. I've done that test like 4 times. So go there. Because the problem of our work today is self-identification. And once you're unable to identify yourself, in a way.
Well, thank you very much, sir. I think to some extent you've done justice to it.
Hello?
Hello, sir. Yes, we are with
Hello?
you.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think you've done justice to the question.
Thank you very much. So any more question from the chat box? Do we have any question in the chat box? Okay, brother Paul. Good to see you, Mercy from Osun State. Welcome. Good to see you.
Okay. Hope you are hearing from evidence.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Welcome, please.
Okay. Well done. How is mommy and
Okay,
daddy?
brother Joseph, you raise up your hand.
Let us stay fair. Okay. God be with you. Oh.
Brother Joseph,
Thank you.
No, focus on me.
Yes, sir.
So I just want to hear from
Can you hear me now?
This one.
Okay, we
yes,
can
I can
hear
hear you
you,
now.
but
Please
it's
go
not
ahead.
that
So
clear.
we discuss more.
Thank you, everyone, for joining, and thank you very much, sir, for this insightful and educative session. And my question is just this: as a leader, how do you navigate like your team members being how do I put it, not being coming forward as you would like? For example, you are a leader of a
Voice
team,
is
and
echo.
then you're working on a task. They are doing the things you need to do as a
Please,
leader.
brother Joseph Ayeni, please mute.
Hello, hello, can you hear me?
Yes, please continue your question.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we are with you.
Yeah, so I'm saying if as a leader, your team
Yes,
members are not giving the right,
yes.
they're not giving you the right attitude. You've done what is expected of you to do as a leader to bring them forward, to bring them up to par on certain tasks or certain duties and responsibilities. How do you then go about it? Do you then have to change your change your ways? How do you go about it? I don't know if you got my question.
Okay, 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 okay. That's uh, that's okay. So your question is how do you handle a team member that I do the team member that are not cooperating that you've given all the best you can, but yet you are not getting enough cooperation you expected from them. Is that the question?
Yes, that's yes, that's the question.
Okay. So if that's the question, I think this will be the approach. Number one, when you have team that cooperate, I think you check up with them. You understand what about it. And as a leader, we so much say it, looking at the organization we are working towards. A person said that is to achieve the corporate goals. So meet them one on one and ask question, why is this not working? Why is this not working? I'm sorry, let me give you a quick example. By God's grace, when I was saddled with responsibility as general coordinator in the school, I discovered that in the female hostel, the koinonia they do is only in the common room. Then at the end of the day, you have like 4 or 5 persons. But when we take over the office, okay. Sorry, can you hear me now? Okay.
Yes, you are back on.
Sorry, we'll get better. So this is what I do. I approached the sister welfare and I said, no, before then, oh my,
I can hear some feedback from
okay. I don't know if you can hear me now. Okay, thank you. So when I called her and the sister was like, okay, how do we go about this exercise? It's not possible that this is the way they've been doing it before, and this is the way it's going to continue. And I don't believe in that. I don't even like that word. That this is the way they've been doing it, and this is the way it's going to be. No, you are a leader to bring creativity and to solve problems. Before this time, I ensured that we had more students admitted to that school. Don't ask me how I did it. We went around the admin block. I get a whole lot of our members that could be of help. And eventually, we have them in pay their school fees. And we pay the school fees on time to ensure that they are not squatters, but they are landlord in their various schools. Because I was going somewhere, I started early ahead of others. So as a leader, you must be creative. As a leader, you must start thinking ahead of your members, how things could work. So when this has happened, and I called her, and I got the predicted response. This is what I have to do. And I have to meet each of the sister one after the other. Sister Gladys, how are you doing? She said she's fine, sir. Hope you settle down in your hostel. She said yes. And things are going well, right? Do you have a Muslim lady in your room? She said, sure. Does she pray in the hostel? She said, why not, sir? She prayed. And you don't disturb her. She said, no, that nobody's disturbing anybody. I said, okay. That's a very beautiful one. So this coming Sunday, Koinonia is coming to your room. He says, I say yes. He said, it's possible. I met another one, another sister. I met another one. And I was getting the same good responses across each and every one of them. And guess what happened the very first Sunday we'll experiment this? Where we used to have 4, 5 people in attendance, that even the rest people would have gone to town. The first time we experiment this, we had 32 people present for Koinonia that day. So the sister wife came back and met me the Monday. Says, sir, this thing, I say it has always worked. It's just what the problem is and see how to solve this. with them. And once you're able to convey, maybe some of them did not even believe in your leadership, but when you meet them one-on-one, they tell you what the problem is, explain things to them, assure them, encourage them, and promise to work with them. I'm sure you will get a multiplied result. So because this is what is important. When people are not cooperating, meet them one after the other and talk to them. And you yourself too, be an authentic leader. Don't be involved in a blame culture. Don't be looking for the scapegoat, who to blame. No. But do as much as you can. All right? Do as much as you can. Show to them that you love them. Show empathy to them. When they need to take leave to go and rest, don't deny them. Some may even be broke at a time. Maybe, bless you, you have some this thing. You could help them. Sometimes you carry your team for lunch just to encourage them. So if you're able to do each and every one of these, you will get a desirable result. Thank you, Brother Joseph.
Thank you very much
Any
for
question,
that.
please? Any further question? Any question in the chat room?
Yes, question.
Okay, yes, I mentioned different personality. Okay, I think there's a question here. Okay, so you mentioned different personalities. How can the introvert, shy, timid develop their leadership ability? What are some of the strategies for them to assert themselves? This is beautiful. And will I tell you that introverted over time, they are the real leader. They are the main D that you can have. So if you identify yourself as introverted, shy, and timid, like I said, take the temperament test and you've identified this, whether you are melancholy or phlegm. You need to identify which of them. Then now, look at the area of strength and look at the area of weakness. I know for phlegm, they are good with numbers. Phlegmatic, they're good with numbers. They will be a very good accountant. They're artistic. They can draw, they can design, they have all this natural ability, and they're intelligent. For choleric, for melancholy, they're loyal. We have more of them in civil servants. They don't think of starting their own business, and when you start your business with them, they will not go at your back or stab you. So these are things. So you need to identify your dominant among the two. And once you identify this, look at the area of strength. Look at both of them as area of strength and weakness. So now you don't need to work on the weakness and move right, because leadership is not even about saying. Over time, people doesn't have to see you. We have some leaders that work underneath. Like I mentioned, some beloved brothers on this call, they work tirelessly underneath. Brother Joseph, Brother Okwe, Brother Theophilus, they work tirelessly underneath to make this has happen. You may not be seeing their faces, but they've demonstrated leadership. So, and you are not really asserting a leadership. It's not as if you need to step on people's head or press them. No. All you are doing with them is you're empowering them, you're motivating them, you're encouraging them to achieve goals, to achieve the corporate goals. So as somebody that's introverted, You could do the style of remember Moses when God called Moses, was arguing with God that I can't speak, he can't do this, and the rest of it. But even though Aaron came in to be the spokesperson because Moses stammers, but the more work was still done by Moses himself. And then when you look at Paul the Apostle, the Bible story tells us that Paul was very small in stature. And that was when he said his word can be weighty, but when you see him as a person, you may not really take him serious. But that's what it is. So let's show to them that we love them genuinely, and let's show to them that we really care about them. And let's be passionate about our work and live by example. Live by example. Your behavior and your action, let them see it forthright. And with this, you'll be able to demonstrate the leadership unto them. Thank you very much. Yes. Any further question? Is Sister Mercy not saying something to us? Okay. You want to say something to us from school? All right, final question. It is said by some that a good leader raises other leaders. Could you shed some strategy to buttress this? Sure. Like the first 9 traits that I gave initially about a leader. A good leader raises other leaders. Number one, your motivation is to see your members successful. That's your motivation. 2, you empower them. 3, you praise them where necessary. You don't say, no, if I praise them now, tomorrow it will not. No, praise them where necessary. Give award. Why do you think we have awards ceremony in the world? Is to encourage, is to celebrate successes. And when they do, you've had some people, when they receive the award, they say, no, this award belongs to all our team. You're building them. Then you're not the leader that tell them something and they find you doing something else. You're not the one that said they should be open, transparent, and they find you're the one that is cheating the company and you are using the company's property at the back. No, they see you transparent either. Then they don't see you as a leader that said everything is perfect. No, you're a human being. They see you as a leader that is vulnerable. You share joke with them. You tell them even your mistakes. Something like that. Did you know that I made this mistake, but this is how I'm able to overcome it? You don't present to them as if you cannot make mistake. You are beyond mistake. Then you give that impression away. Then by so doing, even when they made mistake, it's either that they see themselves rejected and abandoned by the world, or they will not even tell you. But when you show them, come on, we can do this together. You visit them. You know what they're doing. They have a need, you help them. They need to go to school, you encourage them. They need some financial resources, you support them. These are the strategy. Show them who you are. Lead by example. By your word, lead. You're not commanding them, you're inspiring them. You're helping them to be the best they ought to be. Right? You encourage collaboration among them. And it's not by taking credit. You let the credits and their development. Be committed. Train them. Give them opportunity. Don't micromanage them. Give them tasks to do and leave them to do it by their own decision. When you have a general task to do, bring it to the fore. Gather your team together and break it down between them. And say, let's get this thing done. Don't discriminate among them, but work together as a team. This is how you build a great team. Delegate, allow them to make mistakes and correct them. Okay? Motivate, empower them. Give them work to do. And when they've done very well, commend them. Give them promotion. When they have any needs, you're able to identify. Look at Joseph, people in the prison where everybody's supposed to be frowning and sad. Joseph was looking after them, and he knew the day they were frowning, and was able to identify them. Why are you sad? Two of you guys are sad. What's the matter? Who is not supposed to be sad? A prisoner is supposed to be happy? No. No. But they had a dream, and he helped them to interpret the dream. That's a leader. You're not sharing your problem with no. You go beyond that. It's like a pastor. You have issue. But when you get to the church, you wipe up your eyes, you smile, you do your job. And that's how a leader should be. Then don't give them impression that you are Mr. Perfect, Mr. Macho Man. No, don't do that. Be vulnerable with them so that I can encourage them. And these are all I have to say at this time. Thank you for this time. Thank you, everybody on this call. Thank you very, very much for this time. Hope we do things at another critical and crucial time. Thank you for your time. Thank you for making this event a wonderful. Yes, thank you very much. We read from you eventually. So I regards to your friends over there. Thank you, Elizabeth, for making this call. Yes, thank you very much. So let's leave and let's be the leader that we are supposed to be. Thank you very much for me. I love everybody so much on this call. Thank you. Bye for now.
All right. Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful session. Really appreciate the time you took to actually take this time with us. Thank you very much. God bless you, sir. Also, thanks to everyone who joined us in this meeting. Thank you for taking the time out to actually join this meeting. Thank you for your contribution. Sister Elizabeth, thank you for joining. Brother Joshua, Brother Theophilus, Brother Joseph. Thank you, everyone. Sister Mercy, you're cited. Thank you all very much. May the Lord bless you all in the name of Jesus. Also, I would like to actually apologize for the breaks we had in between. It was just to some network issues and the rest. So I want to say thank you very much, you guys, for joining us. Thank you all for taking the time to remember to actually meet up with us. I would also like to thank our speaker, Pastor BC Emmanuel. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your expertise. Thank you for your insight with us today. You have been a wonderful role model for us. May the Lord continue to increase you more and more, sir. So you guys, I hope you have learned a lot. I hope you've learned something. There's something you can pick and say you have learned here today. So whatever it is you've learned, always utilize it. You know, it is applied knowledge that is power, not just knowledge. So make sure that everything you learn, you make use of it. And I pray that the Lord will continue to help us in Jesus' name. So hopefully we hope for a better session next time. So if there are any feedback you have for us, any suggestions, you can always drop them, or you can meet any of us, DM any of us personally, Bro Joseph, Bro Victor, myself, or others. So I think that will be all for now. Thank you all so much for taking your time to come and join us. May the Lord bless you. Those of you that are in school, may the Lord continue to keep you. May the Lord continue to increase your knowledge. May the Lord bless your memory in the name of Jesus. So thank you all so much. Goodbye and God bless you. Okay, I can see Bro Joseph raising his hand.
Yeah, thank you, bro. And thank you. Just to echo your thanks to everyone for joining, and also to Bro BC for the insights, and also to tell everyone on the call that this will not be the last program we'll be having. We'll be having subsequent programs, and we would also be inviting you to join us. If you found this session insightful, we would implore you to invite your friends, your colleagues, and your mates to the next and subsequent meetings so that they can also learn and benefit from it, and also keying into the vision of Zion Stones Up. We know together we can make an influence in this world, and together we can be a source and a great leader to reckon with in this world. Thank you all for your time. I'll see you in our next meeting.
Thank you very much, bro Joseph. Oh, finally. Sorry for taking the time. The conversation continues on the group chats, on our social media handles. We'll be dropping some snippets along the as the week goes by. So just stay tuned, watch out, and some of the snippets of this meeting will be dropped there. Thank you very much. And also, we have upcoming event this month. Probably around 17th or so, thereabout. Just after Valentine, shall just keep it in mind. After Valentine, we'll be discussing about Valentine. After Valentine, we'll be discussing about Valentine. So just keep it in mind. God bless you all, guys. Thank you very much.
So you come and share your Valentine experience with us.
I beg, don't go there, guy. It's brought you plus that will be that will be doing that one. All right, guys. Bye bye.
But Joshua has his hand up.
Bro Joshua, okay.
If you are speaking, you're on mute.
Bro Joshua, we can't hear you, but we can see your hands up. Kindly unmute.
We cannot still hear you. Your mic is muted. Okay, now. Hello?
Okay. All right. Okay, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Yes, I can hear you now.
you say you'll be talking about Valentine after Valentine. Why not
Yes,
before
yes.
Valentine?
Let's do it after all the hype has
finish
after all
the
the hype
exam.
has ended.
You finish the exam before you are discussing the issue about the exam. I think we do all the kind of whatever you have to discuss, the revision before exam. I think if you open the eyes of the people ahead of it, they might have had background knowledge they have before. And now you are now bringing issues out of it. I think it's before we prepare before the exam for the exam.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons why we are choosing that time is because of the logistics of planning and preparations. I think there are some programs that are happening during those times.
All right.
So to avoid clashes, that's one of the reasons why we
All
shifted
right.
it to that time. Also.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir, for the
Thank you.
observation.
Thank you. Bye.
Yes.
So, but you can end the recording.
No, it's not gone. I can hear you.
I wanted to, but
Okay,
has
is
gone
that
as well. But you should end the conversation.